Everyone wants to know what I've been through. Here's my story. Actually, life of hell. I was kicked out of house. I left Hans in 2019. And stayed with my mom off guards, Northwood area. And before the pandemic, right before as the pandemic was starting, April 2020, my mom passed away. I've been through a lot. Now, I was having problems walking. Didn't know why. His legs hurt real bad. Like, always his bone. My son was pushing around. The kids take care of him, pushing me around. And mom passed away. She got kicked out. Lost all her stuff. My head went off. I was going nuts. A lot of problems. Then all of a sudden, I got an RV. I ended up moving over to the RV park. My Uncle James rented. 108 Ward Road. Well, the camper I bought over there has things going with my daughter in 2021. Things happened, and she missed for a little while. And got her back. She got her back home. Well, before that, I traded my trailer for another trailer because the landlord, Jim Jamal, told me that he'd work with me. I took the back pay child support what I had left of it, only $600 because the state took $100 back, gave it to my ex-wife. Even when I said once I went to school, even though he actually graduated 6 months after that, after I took the money back. Well, I got behind on rent. My dad was getting paroled to my house. Well, I was helping my dad, and it was going fine. I'm riding the bike, me and my son. I guess in pretty much the rain. And somehow the bike went out from underneath me. I scratched my ankle, my left ankle. I was on an ankle bone. Well, your ankle connects with your shin. Big old sore. And about 2 or 3 months, it wouldn't heal. It started getting worse. My next door neighbor's property, the sewers on the ground, leaks on the ground. That black sludge next to concrete so much, you can see took pictures of it before, or about a year after that. But that sore turned into a real bad, and I couldn't walk. It hurt real bad. And something was wrong. My dad and my kids told me to go to the hospital. So what's going on? So I did. So I go to hospitals. I went in 2018 for my finger. Almost lost my hand, my finger. Cut tendon out. That's because I wouldn't go to doctors. Wouldn't because I ain't been on doctor since '98 when I had my first accident. I fell over a scissor lift almost. I took my foot in the air. Almost broke my back smooth in half. 2 chips in my upper vertebrae. I worked with I cracked bones where I had to my whole life. Working with my kids. I didn't care. I had to work. I couldn't stop. Being a single dad by myself. Well, I ended up, that sore got real bad, and my doctor they tested it, said I had a flesh-eating bacteria. And for some reason, one of the antibiotics they gave me, as they cut the ankle bone out, and that part of my ankle out, my foot mended together where I couldn't walk, like twisted. When we did that, they said they took some blood work to the CDC. They said the antibiotics I took said exposure or inhalant to anthrax. I don't know how I got that from, but because there was flooding over around that time, because October 2022, I had that little wreck. In December, like December 29th, 30th, I went to the hospital. Well, January like 2nd, something like that, they ended up 2023, they ended up cutting an ankle bone out. And I fought that for a little while. And at the same time that I had it done before I left the hospital after that ankle, they cut out. Supposed to do a skin graft. And they put me under like the second time, come in again, and a skin graft. Off the top of my foot, try to help there. Well, February 6th, 2023, I didn't have this bypass because the doctor told me I had to go to Houston. Didn't have stuff to do with here. And Dr. Rahimi told me, John, Kirk, you have no blood flow to either one of your legs. And you had to come to the hospital in Houston to get this done. If not, you're going to lose your legs and you're liable to lose your genitals too. I had no blood flow, whole part of the lower part of my body, no blood flow at all. I had a few problems like walking around here. Everybody thought I was faking. I wasn't. I was just dealing with it, kept going, and they called me a faker. I was faking this, I was faking that. I wasn't. I had to bypass. I was there for like 3 weeks, almost a month in the hospital in Houston. And they're going to put me in rehab. I didn't want to stay long, another 3 months in rehab. So I said, you know what? No. I told them in the beginning, I do not want to be on a pill regimen. I do not want to be on pain pills again. I had that problem years ago. I had to have them because my back was messed up. I did to them. If I didn't have them, I'd be an asshole. That's not the way to go. I got tired of it. I took pain pills in like 12 years. Except for when I had to after this bypass, because the first 2 months, 3 months, I got maybe like 20 each time. I took 10 pills. Only I spaced them out within a 4-month period. So I didn't get addicted to them like I didn't want to. I wanted to when I was in major pain. Well, I had to go back and have a skin graft done, like once or twice. Supposed to cut a bone out again, and scraping bone. Had to put me under a couple of times in anesthesia. I was like 4 times in for anesthesia just to mess with between the first time, the bypass, and 2 more times the scraping and the skin graft. They cut them like 4 times. Well, 6 months after that, I ended up dehydrating. My potassium was 2.7. My magnesium was even lower. Well, they told me I was about 8%. About the next day, I probably would have been dead if I went to the hospital. I spent a week there again for another week. Around June 11th, 2023. 4 months after my surgery. Spent a week there again. Got out. Went back to the trailer. To home. Well, I ended up, January, the following year, I ended up having my chest was hurting real bad. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, my stomach was hurting like 12 hours, 14 hours. I didn't know what was going on. So I went and called. I went to the hospital. Called the ambulance. And then they said my intestines were twisted. That night, the next day, they put in the cavity 4 cameras in my stomach. And they had done twist my intestines somehow. And when I did that, they also messed with the 2 hernias I had from the bypass surgery. When I had the bypass surgery, they told me 6 hours of surgery turned out to be 12 or 9. And I didn't wake up till 3 hours later. So like 12 hours, my kids were freaking out that I was dead or something. But they thought I was going to a diabetic coma because I didn't wake up after the first 3 hours of anesthesia. Well, once I woke up, about 30 minutes later, I stood up. There's 62 staples in my stomach and 15 in each leg. And Don said, Mr. Kirk, nobody does that. I said, well, I do. I'm hungry and I gotta go to the restroom. So apparently, I caused 2 hernias. Plus coughing, and I put the pillow on my stomach with the back pressure on me. The surgery I just had. I released the brace and stood up. I wasn't supposed to. I'm ignorant. Well, after that, not even 7 days later, 6 days later, after that, my chest twisted and I had the surgery done on 26, 2024. Yeah, February 7th, 2024. I'm on the ground, chest twisted. I mean, a week after that, I'm on the ground, no blood flow in my right leg. So I had to get that stent put in my right leg. I've been going through hell. And I also had a wound back around my neck at the aortic bypass, where it hit the main artery on the bottom of my heart, connected to my legs. Well, I carried a wound back around my neck, stuck in with a hose going around it, sore big as I put a can in it. Well, there's a hole in there because they put that wound back on me, sucking 125 psi. Every time I hear it going on, man, it's sucking on it. I had to change it 2 or 3 times a day. I tried to get my leg to heal, almost a year. But when that happened at the end, my dad passed away. November 30th, 7 days after my birthday. They killed me. Because my dad wanted me to heal. I was trying. He got sick in the cold weather. He also had a hernia real bad from he was in jail because my dad was put in my house. He was in jail. They didn't fix that hernia. They let it get bigger, the size of a football. Harris County Prison not fix my dad like it's supposed to. Supposed to prolong your life, not let you suffer. My dad's gone. The 30th of November, 2023. Well, after all that, well, got a lot of problems because I tried walking, make sure I didn't lose that ankle because my leg. I wanted to keep it. I told the doctor I ain't gonna lose it. I'm gonna do the best to keep it. I pretty much rehabilitated myself because when the therapist wanted me to leave the house the first time, I beat him to the elevator so they couldn't hold me. I had to walk and I beat her. He goes, Mr. Kirk, you don't need rehab. He'd already beat me to the door and I got 2 legs. He got 1. And he's hopping on was a bad leg. He made it to the elevator faster. I made it to the elevator faster than he did. So he let me go. I had to do rehab then. I rehabilitated myself. Stopped taking pain pills and everything. I didn't want them. I want that pill regimen. I want that habit again. Rely on them. Something you don't want to do. Well, after all that, I also had a fracture in my ankle. When I stepped out the house wrong, I ended up cracking it a couple times. I had x-ray on that. So bypass, dehydration, cracking the ankle, or chest twisting, cracking the ankle, dad passing away, mom done passed away 3 years before that. It's been a hard time for me. Well, last year, I was in health problems, and the police did something to my son, Baytown Police, and I have videos up on Facebook. They were sleeping somewhere because the landlord kept my home and lied. I know I got the infection from because the flood waters from my trailer park, and then the sewer water plus the flood water from Baytown. I got placing bacteria because people in town here, like 3 or 4 people I've seen, met before, talked to, at Kroger's, they have placing bacteria too. So now it goes, well, I was walking around in rainwater. Because the water around here is bad. Yeah, you got a sore, cover your feet. That's how I got placing bacteria. Problem to lose at my ankle. Because last year, when I was homeless, the landlord kept my trailer, March of last year, 2025, they said my trailer was belonged to them. They lied. Because they didn't want, I didn't have it, because I gave them my trailer and their trailer for even swap from my daughter home at CPS. They lied on me and said it wasn't mine, it was my dad's. My dad was on parole. They paroled to my house, and they didn't know that. They lied to the judge, but the judge believed them and not me. They took my home. So I was homeless again. I was homeless after my mom passed away. I got back in place in 6 months. Well, I shut my job, the companies I had, started out of the car, pressure washing, roofing, and painting. Well, people canceled me because of the pandemic. So I collected unemployment for that. Yeah, unemployment for that. Well, I was been homeless again last year. That happened from March to June. Homeless. Finding this bacteria on my leg. It's like rotten meatloaf bags. Something, rotten bone. And it was that bad. Well, when I was sitting at the car wash, we were asleep. Cop come there. They said we had to leave. We don't get to trespassing, so we left. I was trying to. I had a bag on my ankle before I cracked it. It was about a month before that, I did x-rays. I cracked my ankle, like 2 of them, on my bad leg. But when that happened, I had a bag on my leg. And I said, come on, son. And the new cop, my son was talking, he goes, they just fucking with us, Dad. They're always fucking with us. He got mad because he's bipolar and ADHD. And know he is. He's documented since like 12 years old, or 11. He documented over like 12 years. They know he is that way. And the new cop didn't like the way he was talking, so they went and grabbed my son, grabbed by his arm, tried to sling him against the wall of the car wash. They almost pulled his arm out of the socket. He got a scar on his arm, and when they had him at the truck, after dragging him around at the truck by the Tahoe, they had him already searching, because all of a sudden they had him on the ground, and they had their knees on his face, and they cracked his jaw. He's been hurting ever since. Almost a year now, his jaw's been hurting. Every day or two starts hurting him real bad. When they did that, they put him somewhere where I couldn't find him. So 5 days, the cops told me to walk across the way and leave. I'm going to jail. I had this on Facebook. I'm young, and I couldn't walk on my bad leg. I'm supposed to do nothing. My son was pushing me around. I was on the bike. He was pushing me around, so I had to pedal or nothing. Keep my leg off. I had a bag on. You see the video? I had a bag on it to keep it, nothing to get in, dirt or nothing. Also, in 5 days, I'm on the ground for 5 days out there behind Power Mart, beside Power Mart, an insurance place called some Kroger's, trying to find my son. Called place after place, Ben Taub, all these hospitals in Houston. I had him call West Oaks, where he was at before, mental hospital. Nobody said he was there. I'm trying to say my name. They hang up on me. Well, the cops turned around and said, the cops put my name on the police report and said that I called on my son. I didn't. He was told to leave. That cop just put that in lie because the cops literally went and hurt my son one close to. They know he's documented for ADHD, bipolar, and schizophrenia. And that cop told him at the time that you just faking is all a fat act. It's not an act. You've been in this since you were a kid. You know anything about a school situation? You understand. The boy has anger upon people that bully him. And he got tired of it and just set him off. Like he done me when I was a kid. Well, I'm sitting 5 days on the ground. At 10 o'clock at night, I couldn't move my leg at all by the 8th. June 8th of last year, I couldn't bend a leg or nothing. It hurt so bad even moving. I called an ambulance. I went there and they said I had gangrene. My ankle got infection and it backed up. It caught me walk on it. The infection backed up. It's going to my heart. It's going to kill me. They told me, Mr. Kirk, you got to amputate your leg or you're going to be dead. It's going to your heart. Well, I guess I have to have it done. Well, my son, I still couldn't find him. I called Ben Todd and everybody in the West Oaks. Well, on the 10th, I called West Oaks and told them, look, I just had my leg cut off. I was there 2 days ago, and they finally got my leg cut off this morning. On the 10th. They get the infection out of it. Well, they cut it. Well, that happened. I lost my left leg above the knee. So when I was fighting for it to keep that leg, 2 years, there's no reason. Because the landlord kept my home, homeless on the street, and people kept harassing us because I used to work at Cherokee. And the brawl happened in 98, and so they didn't like it, and I guess someone became a cop. I don't know. I didn't pay attention because I worked in bars 17 years. I was 17 years old. Helping my mom, dad. Well, they had a grudge against me. Supposedly, some people got hurt. A few cops got hurt, and other people got hurt, supposedly. I don't remember. I really don't care. That's a lie. Point is, I lost my leg last year. They lied on me. I'm sitting there going through all kind of hell for 3.5 years straight. Besides the 3 years before that, when mom passing away and going through hell here and there in the hospital. This ain't right. That's the hell I've been through. I had my kids with me now, but about 6 months ago, I confessed to my dad's friend, a pastor and a priest, a man, a Catholic man. I'm Baptist, and I still confess to him. I was snapping. I was going to hurt somebody. Or myself. And I don't do that. It's not right. It's ain't no way since mom passed. It's just ridiculous. But when I prayed that man behind Dollar Store, how I was feeling, the next day he come back and told me, John, you come, I have a place where you can stay, one of my buildings, by my church, at my church. You got lights, power. You can take a shower inside the church, whatever you got to do. I do a bunch of food to get your disability so you can get started and get where you got to be. Well, that's where I've been at for 6 months. I've been to hell in the handbag. Most people in all the stores I've been to like 5 or 6. Wouldn't even last. You're probably off yourself. But that's my story where I've been going to the past 3.5 to 5 years since 2020. I've been to hell. If people lie on me, accuse me of crap I didn't do, I'll just sit down and not even say a word and control my mind so I don't snap. I've trapped on all kind of people. I've been to 6 surgeries in the past 3 years. I didn't deserve none of this. All I did was try. So if you ever end up hurting something, having problems with your legs, no blood flow or something, bone, always hurting to the bone, go to a doctor. Don't chance it. Like I did. I was too stubborn to go to the doctor. Because I didn't go to the doctor unless I was dead or bleeding to death or dying. I mean, I've cracked bones for 20-something years, taking care of my kids. I've fractured this, my ankle, door slam on it twice. 30-mile-an-hour wind hit my door. I shut my door on my ankle when I was asleep. And trailblazer. Also, that hurt my knees, my legs, my shoulders. Also, those shoulders crooked a while back when I was on a bike. Scared to land on this bad leg before I got cut off. I had a fracture my rotator cuff, and the back of my elbow down to from the back of my rotator cuff down to my elbow. I cracked it. Well, that surgery, my arm had been numb for almost a year and a half. I still ain't even got that done. But I'm in a hospital. The landlord called and said somebody still had to come back and check myself at the hospital 3 times. His landlord, man, I got friends from Pakistan. They've been here like 40-some years. They're all about money. They allowed me to take my trailer and basically put me out of home. You know, their uncle gave it to me years ago, 3 years ago. Traded my trailer for theirs, but when it was time to go to court, they lied. So everything you do, make sure you get it documented, or a written piece of paper, note or something saying what happened, because they'll screw you over, especially in this town. I learned the hard way. And they do hold personal grudges in this town, especially police. They did to me and my son. My God said, I tried to help your son. Now, if you're trying to help him, y'all would not have had all y'all's knees on his face, pushing on the ground, and videos of it. You wouldn't be hurt. I probably still have my leg, but I don't. Well, that's the hell I've been through. Sorry all this went wrong. Just, people understand. I'm not doing nothing stupid. I'm not trying to live life and take care of my kids and live life and not be a bad person. I've changed my ways over the years. A lot of years. People don't see it, they don't understand it. They still think I'm the same person I was 10, 15 years ago. No, I'm different. So now you see where I'm at. In a wheelchair, one-legged man in a wheelchair trying to survive life until I finally get disability. I don't wait for years for that because the bypass thing, the aorta biopenal bypass, that lawyer messed it up. That's why I got kicked out. My boy got kicked out. He called me the same month he kicked out and told me he could drop my case because he couldn't get in touch with me. And he had my number, Victor McCrease. They lied, so I lost 2 years back pay, waiting on. That's how I got behind on rent, everything, and lost everything because he could have got my case and appealed it. But he said, I sent paperwork to him, stacks of it, everything. And they said I didn't do it. Well, I filed last year and I lost my leg. Hopefully I get it this time. Well, it took me 5 years to get disability from my first situation went wrong. So, thank you and God bless. Have a nice night.